Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it has officially been confirmed by Carlo Ancelotti himself that he is going to leave Real Madrid at the end of the season, and he's going to join the Brazil national team. I mean, the rumors have been there. Fabrizio Romano has been reporting this for a number of weeks that he is going to go ahead and join Brazil. Like almost everybody expected him to leave Real Madrid, but the question was where he was going to go. So Fabrizio was reporting on that he was going to go ahead and take the Brazil job, but there were some complications. Real Madrid did not want to pay the exit fee, and Ancelotti wanted the exit fee. There were a lot of complications, but I think the results and the stuff that has happened for the last couple of weeks, I mean, getting out of the Champions League and then losing the El Clasico and all of that, I think all of that has resulted in both the parties finally wanting to end the relationship on a happier note. Of course, he has been such a great manager for Real Madrid for a number of years. I think it is his third spell at the club. He has been successful, he has been unsuccessful as well, and it is sort of an unfortunate thing that his last season is gonna end in a disappointing way. Losing that El Clasico was a big failure in my opinion. I mean, they got steamrolled in that game, and as I said, I personally think the decision was made quite early on that he was gonna leave at the end of the season. It was just how he was gonna leave and what the conditions were gonna be and where he was gonna go. And finally, now that he has announced it, it feels like everything has been decided. He's gonna leave before the Club World Cup so that he can. Because Brazil themselves, Brazil want him to be, available for the first game for the Copa America competition that is going to happen in June. That's going to happen in June. And Real Madrid wanted a new coach, which is going to be, which is expected. Xabi Alonso is going to be the guy to be the coach for the Club World Cup. So in all of that regards, I would say that it was essential that the final things, the final complications that were happening in the deal, that we sorted quite quickly. The deal between the Brazil FA and Ancelotti has been signed for almost now 2-3 weeks. Everything has been discussed, the package and whatnot. It has been discussed. There's no problems in that regard. The only problem was the exit status from Real Madrid for Carlo Ancelotti, and I think now it is being finalized as well. He now has the last 2-3 games where he sort of needs a miracle, to make sure that Real Madrid win the league, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, it's a 7-point gap with Barcelona. Barcelona now have to lose all 3 games, and Real Madrid have to win all 3 games, and something like that. For them to win the league, which of course it feels highly improbable that it is going to happen, but it's football, anything can happen. Maybe Carlo Ancelotti is going to have a sort of an end that nobody is expecting at the moment, and he's going out in a heroic way. But I would still say that even if he doesn't win the league, even if Real Madrid go trophyless this season, which it feels like they are going to have, because they lost the Copa del Rey final to Barcelona. They are out of the Champions League as well, and by the looks of it, they have lost the league as well. So it's quite possible that they are going to end the season trophyless. But I would still say, Carlo Ancelotti, what he has done for the club, whenever he comes back, to Real Madrid, whenever they are in trouble, it feels like, Carlo Ancelotti is like their go-to guy. He comes, he stabilizes the club, and then he goes off, and it is happening again. He has done whatever he could do. I don't think he can take the club forward, and that is why they need a new guy. I really liked his press conference today when people, when the journalist asked him about Xabi Alonso, what tips he's going to give Xabi Alonso, and I liked his answer quite a lot, that he doesn't really need my tips. He's a wonderful manager on his own accord. I think that was a very it was a very respectful thing to say, and I sort of understand from where he was coming from, because he himself is a manager. He would never like an outgoing manager to try and give him some sort of tips and whatnot, because if whoever is coming into the job, he's gonna have his own idea. So I really like that. Of course, Xabi Alonso has played under him. He sort of is like a student and whatnot, but still, that respectful feeling from Carlo Ancelotti to say things about like that about Xabi Alonso. I think that was a really a good thing to say, and I as I said, I think it is going to be really interesting what Xabi Alonso is going to bring to the club, and the way that Carlo Ancelotti is going. I was a lot of critical of Real Madrid not letting Carlo Ancelotti go with having all that problem with the exit fee and whatnot, because he has done so much for the club, and of course Florentino Perez, that the type of guy he is, he loves to be, he loves to get, criticized and all that. But I am glad that they have sort of finalized the deal. Now, what next for Brazil and Carlo Ancelotti? I think it is going to be very interesting because he's going to have a couple of players who he has managed at Real Madrid. Of course, Vini is there, and there are, as I said, there are other players that are in the Brazil national team who have played already under Carlo Ancelotti. But he's going to have another thing. I think Brazil have got a really good manager, in my opinion. At the World Cup is next year, so he has at least a year to build up. Yeah, you have the summer competition, which is not that high on a lot of people's list. There are not going to be that many players. Of course, you're not going to get a majority of the players who are playing in the Club World Cup to go and play for their national team. That is going to be really interesting to see, because you see players like Vini who are just going to end the season on the 25th, 26th of May, and then the Copa America competition is starting 4th of June or 5th of June, and then you have that Club World Cup starting on 14th of June. So you are going to have these competitions colliding with each other. So it's going to be interesting which players are going to go ahead and represent their country, and then who are going to play for their clubs as well. So that is going to be very interesting. So it's going to be sort of a challenge for Carlo Ancelotti to pick his first squad for a competition early on, because let's be very honest, a lot of the players are not going to be available. So it will be very interesting. But I am really excited for the Brazil team, to be very honest, because they have a lot of great talent, and unfortunately for the Brazil team, they have not been able to showcase their talent in the World Cups for a number of years, even for the Copa Americas as well. Like, they are not there. They're not really able to show off. The last couple of managers, they have not really been able to get the best out of the squad. So Carlo Ancelotti is the sort of the manager that can go ahead and get the job done. And I would say the experience that he has managed mostly at his club level, but sometimes you need a player, a manager like Carlo Ancelotti, who can come in and who can help. He's very good at cup competition, so it is going to be really helpful for Brazil to have him for the next World Cup. If he stays there till the next World Cup, because Brazil FA and managers don't really gel together quite well, because they don't like criticism, and Carlo Ancelotti is sort of the guy that if he wants to go out and say something, he's going to speak his mind. So he's a very calculated guy, but whenever Carlo Ancelotti says something, it is a very impactful. So it will be very interesting to see how he settles there. I personally think it's a great match, because Brazil have a great core of players that really need a guidance, which I think Carlo Ancelotti is going to be provide very very splendidly. He's the respect that a manager commands, Carlo Ancelotti already has. When he's going to go into that dressing room, he doesn't care who the superstar is. Like, he was managing Vini and Mbappe and all of that, and he passed through all their BS. So he knows that anybody in that Brazil dressing room, they know they cannot fuck around with Carlo Ancelotti. So that is going to be a big advantage, because there are so many egos in the Brazil team. Let's be very honest about that. So I think Carlo Ancelotti is going to be a very good fit for Brazil, and I personally think it was the right time to leave Real Madrid as well. So last 3 games, he can try whatever he can do to sort of help the Real Madrid team to try and get the win, get the 3 wins. So and then just hope that Barcelona screw up and somehow drop the points, and they can go ahead and win the league. It will be interesting whether it happens or not, but yeah, that's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys think of the entire situation in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.